Man, talk about a great way to start the week, guys. Every index crushed it. Oil went down, the VIX went down. I mean, look, we're about to break out on the S&P and the Qs. We're getting there, guys. So let's dive deeper into the indices here, the ETFs I'm watching, and overall where my head's at in this market, stocks I'm watching, what I'm looking to buy. Let's break it down. Hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. Join my Patreon if you guys want to keep up with my actual portfolio updates, trades, investments. And if you want to be a part of my private Discord, that's linked down below, pinned in the comments, or go to stocks.surfs.com/Patreon. And now let's break it down. So again, what a beautiful way to start the week. The S&P went up almost 1.5%. The Qs led the green today, up over 1.75%, as the Russell went up pretty much the same amount, and the Dow went up. Let's see here, guys. Where the heck is the Dow? Did I kick it off my my watch list by accident? I promise, guys. The Dow went up as well. We don't see it right here, but trust me, it went up around 1% on the day. We have to get it back. Either way, Dow, Russell, S&P, NASDAQ, massive day for stocks, and this is all after the craziness we saw last week. And you guys know by now the Situational Awareness Fund, Leopold, the unwinding, and a lot of those memory stocks, AI stocks, which, by the way, earlier today, that part of the market was still red. It actually came back a bit in the back half of the day, but yeah, the unwind occurred. Ken Griffin swooped in, boom, Citadel bought some distressed assets, and the unwind, a lot of the leverage has come out of the system right now, and the market's like taking a sigh of relief, right? And it's about time. The pain in some of these stocks got so freaking aggressive. If you guys take a look at DRAM, it pretty much went down 40% in the span of a couple weeks. Micron went down from 1255 all the way down to 710. I mean, this thing dropped not quite 50%, but it pretty much got there. 50% down, 45% down. SanDisk obviously went down over 50%. We covered that. This thing hit 965 after hitting $2,400 a share, guys. That's a 60% drop. So this kid, I mean, he started investing at 22. He started that fund, and he's a genius. Brilliant guy. Way smarter than me, no doubt. But he didn't hedge correctly. He had 400% leverage, 4x leverage, and he didn't protect his downside nearly as much as he should have. So how smart is he, I guess, at the end of the day? But he got wiped out almost, pretty much. That caused the market to panic. It's stabilizing now, and money is flowing again, guys, particularly into these hyperscalers, right? And before we talk about some of those names, let me show you what I'm looking at on the charts here, because even though we had a beautiful green day today, happy Monday, right? Beautiful day, the market isn't fully breaking out yet. Keyword is yet. At least the Qs here. We're currently now testing the top of this channel, which we've been trading in for about 2 months now, right? We hit 748 back in the beginning of June. That's the all-time high on the Qs. And since that point, well, we've subtly made, maybe not so subtly actually, but we've made lower lows, lower highs, and now we're pushing for that potential breakout. Or is it going to be another lower high within the overall downtrend? Part of me thinks that we actually break out here, unless there's a lot more leverage in the system that we don't know about right now. Maybe another hedge fund blows up next week. I don't know. But I think overall, especially based on those big tech earnings we got, the guidance we got, right, the way the market reacted to CapEx, right, the guidance in general, I think there's a decent chance we actually break out pretty soon here. And the leading indicator might be, in this case, the S&P SPY is actually already breaking out, and I think the Qs will follow in due time, especially if these AI stocks start picking it back up, which they might, At this point, SPY's almost at all-time highs. It's crazy, right? The Qs are about $50 away from highs, 60, and SPY's right there. We hit 760 back in the beginning of June. Now we're pretty much right there at 757. We had a 1.4% green day. So if I had to guess, guys, I think we're going to all-time highs this week. I think we're going to break through here, and who knows where we're going from there, man. This thing could go to $800 for all we know by the end of this year. It's funny. Back earlier this year, I said $700 was my target for SPY, and man, I didn't think it would hit that fast. It hit very fast, and now we're talking about 800. That's insane. So what do you think? 8,000 on the S&P, man. That would be insane. 800 on SPY. It could be coming based on the fundamentals, the guidance. We have NVIDIA's earnings coming up. That's going to be a big, big report for the overall market. We have other names in the AI space reporting earnings. So speaking of NVIDIA, this stock is back over 200, 205 actually to be exact, but it's not breaking out yet. We're still being hit at 210 and 215, which has been such a stubborn resistance for NVIDIA. And now the sun's starting to hit me right in the face. Beautiful. The sun's setting. My window's right here. We're getting that right in the face. But at least it's not storming anymore. Earlier today, we had flood warnings, storming, this, that. Now I guess the sun's out. I can't complain, but it's in my face. Either way, guys. But NVIDIA, it's still being stubborn at 210, 215. So even though we had a nice green day, 3% up today, we're above these moving averages, we're still not anywhere near breaking out yet. Until we honestly take out 220, I don't think we're going to be fully breaking out yet. So NVIDIA, great day. Amazon, what a day. Amazon had another 4.5%, 5% green day. Stock closed at 284. Now it's actually at 280. So it is slipping in the aftermarket, which I'm not surprised considering how much Amazon's gone up. The stock's gone berserk, right? So Amazon, very strong day. But look at these other hyperscalers too. Money is flooding into these stocks. 2 weeks ago, a lot of these were not, they were still doing well. But 2 weeks ago, the narrative was different. Now money is flooding in. Amazon, Microsoft, right? Microsoft had another 5% green day. Now it's trading almost at a fresh year-to-date high. Can you believe it? Microsoft back in January was at about 480, 490, barely 500. Now we're at 487. The stock's moving, guys. Alphabet, Google, which is one of my top stocks. I've held it for years. This thing was just at 320, 315 like 2 seconds ago. 10 days ago. And now we're pushing $400 again. These stocks are seeing an insane amount of inflow right now. Apple's really the only one that got hit recently because, look, obviously they were at all-time highs heading into the print. The stock was priced to perfection. They didn't have that, AI infrastructure build-out pressure on their backs. And, it needed a pullback. So we're getting that pullback. And the theory or the trade here with, Apple would be, okay, does the market still want to favor those companies not going crazy on CapEx, right? Or is the market now realizing, based on the big tech earnings we just got, maybe CapEx, maybe they're actually going to monetize it. Maybe we don't mind the increase in CapEx, because when have these companies been super wrong before when it comes to investing all this CapEx? They know what they're doing, in my opinion. So maybe the market's realizing, okay, let's actually bid these stocks up that are spending all this CapEx, because eventually, high CapEx, because eventually it's gonna monetize, right? And on the flip side, now with Apple, they're not going heavy in the CapEx game, with AI, right? But will that continue to be a favorable theme to track? I don't know, right? So at this point, I'm considering some Apple. Part of me is like, let me wait till it goes down to 275. Part of me is like, let me buy it now to have some exposure there. I think we'll ultimately rebound. But again, it comes back to which theme's going to continue to play out. Are stocks going to keep running that have low exposure to CapEx, AI? Or now with the hyperscalers that are spending a bunch of money on CapEx, they're starting to run. Will that continue? Will that theme continue? We'll see. Time will tell. And in my opinion, both can be true at the same time, but ultimately a lot of these companies, they're going to monetize all this CapEx, but it's further down in the future. It all comes down to how the market believes you will monetize it. And if you're spending too much, that's when the market gets a bit scared. And Meta's case, for example, which is, well, now it's back to 600 almost, but it tanked down to 520 or 510. Either way, it's back to 590 now. But you guys get the point. A lot of these hyperscalers are moving. Apple's pulling back. I think that's going to be a buy the dip opportunity. They're playing AI from a hardware perspective, agentic AI, completely different, right? Completely different, and I think agentic series is going to be unbelievable, and it's coming sooner rather than later. So I'm a fan of a lot of these stocks. I don't own all these stocks. I'm in Apple. I'm not in Apple. I'm in Amazon. I'm in Google. I used to be in Meta. I sold out of it. I'm blanking Nvidia. And that's pretty much it out of these major stocks, major tech stocks. But Apple might be close. I might be close on it. So what do you guys think? Pretty interesting day. Like I said, a lot of these AI, chip, semiconductor stocks, they were down a lot this morning, but a lot of them recovered. Micron hit 770 this morning. Now we're at 840 in the aftermarket. 9% recovery there. SanDisk, same thing. We hit 1120 this morning, guys. Now we're over 1300. The stock's going nuts. You guys can see we're up 17% off that low. Nebius today, my goodness, guys, Nebius today. This stock hit 176 in the morning, and we're at 212, 215 in the aftermarket, up 22%. So clearly, we're getting snapback rallies in these stocks, particularly the semi-AI infrastructure stocks, memory. We're getting snapback rallies in those, but they're not fully breaking out yet. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. They're not fully breaking out yet. Money is going into, some of these semi stocks, but the market's still favoring the hyperscalers. The market's still favoring even some software names right now over these AI chip stocks for now. Key phrase is for now. And I'm excited for Nebius's earnings coming up on the 12th of August. Micron's coming up here, or not Micron, what's it called? Nvidia is coming up here pretty soon. End of August, back half of August, 26th actually in the aftermarket. We're getting their earnings. So it's gonna be an interesting month to say the least. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. As always, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and join my Patreon if you want to keep up with my portfolio updates, trades, investments. If you want to be a part of my private Discord, all that's linked down below, pinned in the comments, or go to stasurfest.com/Patreon. And with that being said, I'll see you guys later.